everybody, my name's Elizabeth and you're watching Elizabeth's Leaves, where I just want to talk about houseplants. I have been on quite the hiatus lately. I'm super excited to be back with another video for you. Things at work have just been crazy and I've definitely been like spilling over into my personal life, so making videos just seemed like a chore and I don't want them to feel that way. So I'm back, I'm excited, and I want to give you some updates on plants that are still growing even though it's not really the growing season anymore. They're getting bigger, they're giving me really beautiful growth, and I'm pretty shocked by it because most of these plants, about half of these plants came from outside. Last year when my plants came inside for the fall and winter, they really went downhill quite quickly and they stopped all growth and they started losing a lot of leaves very fast. And this year that's not happening. I definitely have better grow lights and more grow lights to help support like the amount of plants that I have now, and that seems to be really helping them a lot. So I think that was the problem last year when my plants went dormant and lost a lot of leaves and looked really sad before I put them back out for the spring and summer. And a lot of my plants are still pushing out really big, beautiful growth. So let's talk about, I think I have 8 plants here with me today to talk about. We'll go ahead and just start with my Ethereum because they are really doing a lot right now. I'm kind of shocked. They grew pretty fast over the spring and summer, but then towards the end of summer, beginning of fall, they all stopped giving me new leaves, and now three of them are giving me new growth all at the same time. So I'm going to start off with those. Let's start with my Nerium Veitchii, the King Nerium. This is my new leaf. Isn't she beautiful? She's definitely bigger than the last leaf, which is a little bit bleached from my grow lights. But this one is not even hardened off yet, so I'm so incredibly excited to see how much bigger it's going to get. I don't think it's going to get a lot bigger, but it's definitely still going to expand some more. I think this is just beautiful. And I'm really proud of how well this plant has done. I've heard some people say that the Veitchii is a difficult Nerium, and I'm not having that experience. And I'm really happy with the growth that it's given me so far. So it's put out all of these leaves in my care, and each time, am I showing this well enough? Each time it has increased in size. So I fully expect that the one after this is going to be even bigger and more beautiful. I don't know about more beautiful, this leaf is pretty perfect, but she's gorgeous. A King Nerium, whatever. So proud. 2 more Nerium to show you. My Nerium Clairnervium. It's giving me a new leaf. It's not fully expanded at all. I think it's going to get much bigger than this one. And I know people struggle with this plant as well, and I definitely have struggled with the Clairnervium. Just getting it to size up and also to look nice. As you can see, there's some yellowing on the leaves. Thankfully, it hasn't spread anymore because the yellow has been there for a while. And then there's some yellowing on this leaf as well. This one has been very slow growing for me. And like I said, just getting it to size up has been difficult. It's lost a bunch of leaves that it had when I first got it, which is totally fine. I know it needs to acclimate to its new environment. And plants aren't supposed to look perfect. But I am just so happy it decided to give me another new leaf, and it's looking really beautiful. It has a little bit of damage right here. I'm not sure what that's from. But regardless, I think it's going to be a really nice size leaf, hopefully bigger than this one. I'm really, really hoping. But either way, it's beautiful and happy, and that makes me happy. Also, I didn't video this, but I repotted all of my Nerium into clear pots, which is something I want to do with all of my plants. I am really enjoying being able to see the root growth. So you can just see how beautiful the roots are, how happy the roots are. I'm really terrified of getting root rot on my Nerium because I'm known to overwater my plants. And having them in clear pots has helped me so much because I can see if they're still wet. I can see if they need watering. I can see the roots. So I fully intend on putting as many houseplants as possible into clear pots because I'm really, really loving it. I want all of them in clear pots. But just being able to see the roots is really, it just makes me feel more secure and more confident in my ability to grow plants. and just to be able to see what's going on down below the surface, whereas before I was really just depending on weight and then sticking my finger in. Now I can actually see what's happening. So a little tangent that's off topic, but I highly recommend clear pots for your plants. Ethereum, clear Nerium. We can look at those Zavicii roots too, look. That's so cool. Ethereum have the most beautiful roots. This one is really rooted. We have one more Ethereum on the list, last Ethereum for this video. It is my Ethereum Forgetti, which has been doing really well for me. This is a leaf. Now, I grew all of these because I grew this from a chunk, which still just blows my mind. But a leafless chunk, and I actually had 2 chunks and 1 rotted, but that's fine. So this was the first leaf it gave me, which for a first leaf, I don't feel like that's half bad. And then it gave me this leaf, which still very nice. And then this one, which is just a really, really perfect leaf. And now it's giving me a new one, and I'm really hoping that it'll be a size up from this. I think it will be. Not 100% sure, don't need to touch the leaf, but I think it's going to be a size up. As you can see, it is still in the very early stages of expanding, and it is also now in a clear pot, so I can see those beautiful, beautiful roots. Not sure if you guys can see all of that. But yeah, I can clearly tell that it doesn't need to be watered. I can see condensation on the side of the pot, whereas if it wasn't in a clear pot, the top looks dry, so it's kind of heavy, so I don't think I would water it yet, but still, I just love being able to see there's condensation in there. She doesn't need water, especially because you really want them to be well watered when they're pushing out a new leaf, or that new leaf will shrivel up and die on you pretty quickly. So Forgetti, new leaf, so beautiful. I'm really, really happy with my Ethereum right now. My Ethereum in the bathroom and in my kitchen, they're quiet right now. They're not doing much of anything, but they're not losing any leaves and they're not yellowing or anything. So they're still quite beautiful, just not pushing out any new growth, and that's totally fine. If they don't push out any new growth until the spring, I'm okay with that. But these are just really nice surprises because I wouldn't expect that 3 of my Ethereum are pushing out a leaf at the same time, especially it being the end of fall. Okay, I don't think I've talked about this plant a lot, but this is my Monstera Constellation, and I cannot begin to tell you how ecstatic I am, how grateful I am, how proud I am of this plant, because these are all leaves that I've grown. All the original leaves that it came with are had died off. So this was the first leaf it gave me. And then this one, and I was like, oh man, that's not really a size up, and it's gotten really long, so am I not giving it enough light? I didn't change the light situation. I was like, let's just see what happens with the next leaf. It got a good bit bigger, and it's so beautiful. I really love how speckled that variegation is. I did like the chunks of white. I really wish it was still giving some chunks of white, but that's okay. Look at this. I have my first fenestration on my tie, and I haven't even had it for a year. I've had it for 6 months, maybe, not even 6 months. I'm not sure, but it has its first fenestration, and it's just perfect. The variegation is perfect. It is so beautiful and speckled and gorgeous. I am extraordinarily proud of myself. This plant, okay, you guys are going to judge me, and I can just hear it in the comments now if anybody decides to comment about it, but I have a Thai Constellation and no drainage. No drainage whatsoever. It's in a clear, what's this called, beaker? I'm not sure. It was a Halloween decoration, and I just thought it would be perfect for a plant, and for some reason I really wanted to put my Thai Constellation in it, and it's doing incredibly well. I can, like I said, I can see the roots. I'm really loving clear vessels. I'm having really good luck with no drainage so far. I know before I said that I don't think I want to put any more plants in no drainage, and I probably won't. But the ones that are in no drainage, I'm not like in a super hurry to move them to a pot with drainage because they're doing so well. So yeah, like I said, these roots are beautiful. She's probably going to need a repot before spring and summer because she's already starting to wrap around the bottom there. But look at it. Also, I think it's so beautiful how it's growing because the grow light is above it, not in front of it. So looking at the side, you know, whatever. But I look at it from the plant shelf, I see down, and it looks like this. And I think that's just really beautiful. I think she's going to need a moss pole soon. I'm actually going to be doing a moss pole video hopefully soon, because I have quite a few plants that I want to put on a moss pole. I'm going to show you one of them in this video. And then I got a philodendron melanochrysum. I know those are supposed to be really difficult plants, but I found one for super cheap at my local Ace, which is where I get a lot of my plants. It was only 20 bucks. It has 3 plants in the pot. So I really want to get it on a moss pole pretty quickly. I also have a varicosum I want to get onto a moss pole. I'm going to show you my philodendron fuzzy petiole. It needs to be on a moss pole. My silver sword. I don't know, I have a lot. I have like 6 plants that need a moss pole, but I only have 4. So I'm going to have to pick my 4 favorites, the 4 that I really want to commit to. I think I've told you guys before, but like I'm just not big on moss poles, but I've bought a bunch of lights, and I have one really nice light that is perfect for moss poles. So I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to put more plants on moss poles, even though it is terrifying and also it's a ton of work. Okay, so since I just talked about it, I'll go ahead and show it. But my philodendron fuzzy petiole is immaculate. When I bought this, I bought it off Facebook Marketplace a year and a half ago, and the leaves on it were just super tiny. It came with like 4 leaves. They were just so small. So all of these are leaves that I have grown. And for a while there, you can see it really wasn't sizing up at all. And then for some reason, it gave me this. It went from this, I hope you can see this. It went from this to this. That's insane. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And the way this feels, I feel like people don't talk about philodendron fuzzy petiole enough because it's a really, really beautiful plant. And it feels amazing. It is so creamy. It's so soft. That's the best way I could describe it. It feels like I'm rubbing my hand on butter right now. So go rub your hand on some butter and then you'll know exactly what this feels like. And then it has really started to get those fuzzy petioles. And it's giving me a new leaf. And right now it doesn't look like it's going to get bigger than this, but this one, when it was unfurling, was way smaller than this one. This one came out much bigger. So I have no doubt that this is going to get bigger than this one. So I really need to get it on a moss pole. It's pushing out roots all along. It's pushing out aerial roots all along the growth points. So it is definitely ready for a moss pole. And then I think it's going to give me even better growth than this. But I'm really proud of this. Also, just so you know, if you ever get this plant, it's a sticky plant. It's a very sticky plant. So just be warned. She's a sticky girl. Beautiful. Oh, I can't. Oh my goodness gracious. Philodendron fuzzy petiole slept on. I love it. Okay, so I think I have what, 3 plants left? Yes. 2 Alocasia and then 1 Hoya. And then I'm really hoping you guys can help me like figure out what's going on with this Hoya. Maybe my hypothesis is correct, but then also maybe there's something happening that I'm just not thinking of. Let's do the Alocasia first since I have 2 of them. So first up is my Alocasia cuprea. So this was my newest leaf, which is a little bit of a size up from the ones before. They've all kind of stayed the same size. That one's really gorgeous. They've all kind of stayed the same size, haven't increased too much. I don't even know. This one, I'm not sure. This was the last one. This was grown indoors since it came inside. And it's already pushing out a new leaf right here. And I'm really hoping it's going to be bigger than this one. My cuprea is very, very happy. Some of my other Alocasia, I would say all of my Alocasia are pretty happy right now, even though they definitely went through troubled times over the summer. I think I'm going to put them all in pond come the spring and summer of 2024, just to see if that helps them out, because it seems like a lot of people are having great success with Alocasia in pond. So I really want to try it, especially because I do kind of struggle with Alocasia, but I'm doing better, and this one is doing wonderful. My cuprea, definitely my easiest Alocasia, 100%. And gorgeous. So I'm so excited about this new leaf. I can't believe it just pushed this out 2 weeks ago. And it's already pushing this out. And since it's come inside, it hasn't dropped a single leaf. And normally my Alocasia drop all of their leaves when I bring them inside. Or at least that was my experience the past 2 years. And this year, none of them have dropped any leaves. So I'm not sure if it's maturity or if I'm just understanding their care better. I'm not sure what it is, but they're doing really, really well. And this is one of them. Let's talk about the other Alocasia that's giving me new growth. Now, this is one I do struggle with. I would not say this is an easy Alocasia. It's the Alocasia Silver Dragon. Alocasia Silver Dragon. I do struggle with this plant. So this is all the growth I got during the spring and summer, which I'm not complaining about. It's really pretty growth. And it was struggling at one point in one of my videos that I showed you guys. It was struggling. So it is doing better. It is giving really beautiful leaves. They're not very big, and I'm okay with that. But it's giving me a new leaf since it has come inside. And my plants have been inside for a month now and hasn't dropped a single leaf, and it's giving new growth. I'm not sure how big it's going to be. It honestly looks like it's going to be a nice size. Maybe not this big, but I think it's still going to be a good size leaf. And I'm really proud. I thought I was going to lose this plant. Actually has a chunk right there from where it died back completely, and then it pushed off this growth, and it's doing really well. I'm not sure what I'm doing different. I really have no clue. I don't think I'm doing anything different. But it's doing well. New leaf. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Alocasia Silver Dragon doing good. And then my last one is a Hoya Polya. And when you see this, you're going to say, what's going on? Because I feel the same way. So this is my Hoya Polya. I cut it off of the mother plant because it wasn't happy. And then I cut it, and it grew a peduncle, and it's pushing out flowers. Does that mean it's going to die? Because if you look at these leaves, they're very yellow, but when I touch them, they're not soft. They are hard. Like, they feel the exact same as this. The exact same. They're not soft at all. They don't come off the plant. Like, they look like they would just fall off. They don't. They are securely attached. And it's been like this for a while. It's been growing these leaves for a month now. These flowers for a month now. And this has looked this way since I cut it off of the plant. What is it doing? Is it just slowly dying? This is what I'm scared of, and I don't want to lose this plant. I still have the mother plant. It's just not very pretty. It's just not very pretty. I'm sure it'll be able to strip all over me. We'll push out pretty growth again. This never came out very pretty. It always was a little light, like it was just getting way too much light, so I moved it away from the grow light. And this seems to be doing really well, but these two leaves have just lost color and gone yellow, but they're not soft. You would think this would be soft. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys know what's going on? Someone help. I love this plant, and if it's dying, what can I do to save it? But it doesn't seem like it because it's been like this for so long. Would it take this long for it to die? I'm not sure. But it's on this list because it's giving me flowers. So if you've watched, I don't know if I talked about it in any videos, but in my shorts, I posted my Hoya Crimson Queen and how it gave me my first flowers. I've owned Hoya for 3 years now, and none of them have ever flowered. So it was the first one to flower for me. This will be my second. And I'm really excited, even if the plant is dying. I can't wait to see those flowers. They're beautiful. And these take so long. And then another thing is I was wondering, should I take them off to save the plant? Or is the plant okay? Is the plant going to be okay? I don't know, but I don't want to cut them off. I really want to see those flowers. So, also, it's rooting. It's rooted in this perlite. Yeah, I can see the roots. It's very rooted in this perlite. And, so that lets me know it's not dead. Like, I can see the roots. They're fresh, they're pretty, they're white, they're new, they're not dying at all. So that lets me know, like, this portion of the stem isn't dead. Help. But also, so pretty. Can't wait to see the flowers. I'm very conflicted. So my Hoya Polya is flowering and doing something else. So yeah, that's just a quick update on some of my plants that are still giving me growth so far into the fall and winter seasons. I am feeling really good about it. I think they're happy, and I am getting better with figuring out what plants do and do not like. So that makes me feel more confident. Oh, another update that I wanted to give you guys. I said at the beginning of the video that all of my plants are in for the fall and winter, but I was so nervous because I had thrips on my outside plants. And I am so proud to say I have no thrips. I basically haven't seen a thrip since I brought them inside. I used systemic granules and then I sprayed them all with insecticidal soap and no thrips, all gone, which is crazy because I really wish I had a video. The infestation was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was on all of my outside plants. Some worse than others. Like it really liked my Alocasia stingray, my stingray Alocasia. It really liked that plant, so I had to cut it completely back. And now it has one new little bitty leaf, and it really liked my Philodendron Paraiso Verde. It demolished that plant. It wasn't a very big plant to begin with, but it really took a toll on that plant. But I am happy to say that I'm thrip free. I have not seen one in ages. It makes me feel so good because I was extraordinarily nervous about bringing them to my indoor plants, and I just said we got to do it unless we want all these plants to die, because we had a freeze about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and I was like, I can't lose them. So in they go, and they've done very well. I'm really happy to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, if you have any idea what's going on with this plant, I would really love to know. Please tell me. Help this plant. Thanks for supporting me and watching my videos, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye!